Okay, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I want to do a little update here. I have not posted in a few weeks. Got a lot going on in life. My dad had major back surgery. It was basically an emergency situation, and he had major back surgery. So, you know, dealing with that and helping him to recover, you know, being there for my father, and doing what I can, right, as a good son should. That has been a full-time job, but that's not what I want to talk about in this video. I want to give you guys a general update sort of on what I'm doing with my trading, what I'm doing with investing, with my stacking. As far as trading goes, well, the last video I did was, I think it was the May recap, right? In May, I made about $1,800 scalping options, trading options. And, you know, I figured I was going to do a little bit better this month, but I had no idea that I was going to more than double what I made last month. So this month alone, in June, I have made over $4,000. Okay, just here in June. So this has been absolutely crazy, and I'm still sticking with my main strategy, which is, you know, scalping options. What I want to say about this is, you know, ever since I sort of really pulled it back and stuck to like one, maybe two trades a day, I've been doing phenomenal, right? I mean, my win ratio has been something like 90%, okay? The other thing I want to say too is that I'm only trading PayPal, like exclusively trading PayPal. And the reason this is important is because, you know, I'm starting to learn PayPal in a very intimate way. I'm understanding how it moves, understanding where the supply and demand zones are, understanding where the support and the resistance is. I'm able to really get to know intimately this particular ticker symbol. And I'm having a blast with PayPal. I mean, there was one trade. It was actually an overnight trade, which I don't usually like doing those, but I made an exception on that particular trade a couple of weeks ago, and I made $1,800 on that one trade. So, you know, obviously in one trade, I made as much as I made last month. So it's been crazy. And, you know, I'm trying to stay humble. I'm trying to keep it grounded, right? I mean, I thank God above every single day for, you know, showing me this path, showing me this knowledge, showing me about, you know, the stock market and options trading. You know, I mean, this was one of the good things, at least for me, that came out of CV19, right? Is I learned about trading, I learned about stocks, I learned about investing. So I will do an update where I sort of go over my P&L. You know, I'll show you everything on my TD Ameritrade account, because I want to inspire people. I want people to, you know, to realize that a year ago I had no idea I was going to be doing this, right? Or at least, you know, trading options, trading stocks. I had no idea that I was going to be into this. So I want to offer some inspiration, some motivation for people out there that you know, might be interested, but just for whatever reason haven't, you know, committed to learning how to do it, because trading has really offered a lot of value in my life. But besides trading, okay, I do have a few positions on in a stock account. I have about $2,000. So basically what I'm doing is all of this profit, right? I've got a few living expenses, but other than that, I'm pretty much in a position where I can put everything either into the market or into the bank, or just start stacking, you know, silver and gold. And I don't have a lot of money in the bank because it's not really worth it, right? The interest rates are so low. There's no point in keeping my money in a bank. But I do have about $2,000 in a stock portfolio. I posted a picture of this portfolio on Instagram, right? Follow me at millennial_trades on Instagram. That's at millennial_trades on Instagram. I have a $2,000 portfolio on Instagram. It's only down right now about like 0.4%, 0.5%, something like that. And I'm sort of treating it as a savings account, right? I have a lot of mining stocks that pay dividends, like Barrick Gold, First Majestic Silver, ticker symbol AG. I like some of the other like ETFs, like the SILJ, the Junior Silver Miner ETF, and things like that. I have a few shares of AT&T now, Bank of America, and then a little bit of Clean Spark, right? That new energy stock to kind of get some exposure, a little bit of volatility, perhaps a little bit more of a speculative play. You know, but I've got some nice stability in there. I've got some dividends. It's basically a savings account, right? And maybe eventually when I have more money, I'll make more of like a growth portfolio or something on WeBull, or maybe on Robinhood, something a little bit more experimental. But other than that, about $2,500 is now in physical silver and gold. All right, I have a little bit of gold, a couple of 10th ounces, and I have, I'm working towards 100 ounces of silver. And I've been stacking silver now for about 6 months, off and on, and started buying a lot recently, you know, like buying 10 ounces at a time the last couple of times I've been there, because, you know, I figure I'm making this money in the market. It's basically like free money, right? I may as well put it into a physical asset that I believe will increase in value by the time, you know, by the time I'm 80 years old, right? So a lot of my holdings are now in physical metals, and I got a little bit of cash, but like I said, I don't keep a lot of cash in the bank. It's mostly in my trading account, and, you know, mostly in my safe at home. So that's sort of the update that I wanted to give you guys. Right now I'm actually rolling into choir practice. Yeah, I sing in my church's choir, Greek Orthodox Church. So I'm gonna go in here and do this, but I wanted to give you guys an update as to what I'm doing, sort of where I'm at. You know, I do think these markets are, you know, especially the stock market is very overvalued, and it's going to be very hard to find, you know, to find places to park your money. But I want to share more of that, more of what I'm doing, sort of my investing. I think stacking metals, getting into the mining sector, uranium as well. I have a uranium stock. You know, this is where I feel the safest, and then keeping mostly cash so that I can trade options. So kind of like another tip, you know, you really want to find a routine in your trading. I mean, you got to find a routine in general, find a routine in life, but in trading, in investing, you want to, there's a fire truck a couple blocks behind me, that's what I was looking at. You want to find a routine. Like every morning I get up at about 7 o'clock. By 8, I'm in front of the computer reading economic news, you know, but I'm not relying on the news, right? And I'll talk about that too, but I'm reading the news so I'm aware of the macroeconomic environment. That's the reason that I read the news. It's not to try to figure out where a particular stock is going, but it's to try to figure out what's going on in the macro environment. And I don't rely on the news because the news is not really important when it comes to price, and volume. Price and volume is really moved by supply and demand. And a lot of the times you'll notice, yeah, fire truck. A lot of the times you'll notice that they will drop news, like bad news, in a big supply zone, right? And the hedge funds and the banks work side by side with the mainstream financial media, and if they want to dump, right, if they want to dump, they need to use retail traders for liquidity. If they're trying to dump shares, they're going to put out, you know, some bad press, right? If they want to start buying, well, if they want to dump their supply, the bad news will come out in supply, right? But you'll notice it's tricky because sometimes you'll notice that when hedge funds and banks are buying, there's a lot of negative news because they need the liquidity, like I said, from retail. So they push all these negative stories about a particular stock, while they're actually buying, right? While the banks, the hedge funds are buying, you see a lot of bearish news. This has been going on, you know, you could have seen it the last 2 weeks perfectly, right? All of the news up into the Fed meeting was very, very bearish, you know, talking about a market crash because of the Fed meeting or the Fed's tapering. What happened? The exact opposite. The market is at all-time highs. And so when hedge funds are trying to sell, trying to dump, yes, a lot of the times you'll see negative news that correlates with a supply zone. But a lot of the times they will push bullish news when the hedge funds are actually trying to dump, because they push the bullish news because they need the retail traders to provide the liquidity so that they can sell their shares. So you have to try to trade with the institutions, and it's very difficult to do that. That's why I find, me personally, I find scalping on a minute-by-minute basis, really. Trying to get in and out. Most of my trades are not very long. Most of my trades are maybe a couple of minutes long. You know, maybe 20 minutes. There's been a couple overnight trades, maybe like 2 or 3 in the past month. But I try to trade where I think the institutions are trading, and I don't try to overstay my welcome. You know, when I'm in profit, if I have a good profit and I'm like near my target, I'm out. Because you don't always reach your target, right? There's so many things I could say about this, but you don't always reach your target price. Sometimes you just got to take what you can get, right? As a scalper, we're pretty much just looking for anything we can get. But yeah, $4,000 last month, over $4,000. I mean, we're talking about like, you know, $4,500. That's pretty crazy. You know, it's amazing, really. You know, it's absolutely amazing. And if I hadn't have discovered trading and investing, I don't know what I would be doing. I guess I'd be still making stupid drama videos, or, you know, I mean, I consider myself now a retired conspiracy theorist, but I suppose I would still be trying to make content. I just never thought that, hey, it's stock market, right? I don't know. You know, and all this money I was making on YouTube the last 5 or 6 years, you know, before I got completely demonetized, it never occurred to me, yeah, why don't you start investing in the stock market? It never occurred to me. But it finally hit me, you know, at 32, 33 years old. And I could not be happier with the direction my life has been, has taken. I could not be happier with, you know, what I'm doing to provide for myself and to, you know, try to make my family's life a little bit better. It's all good, man. It's all good. God is definitely blessed us. He's blessed us all. He's always blessed us. But, you know, we don't always get what we want right away. And I'm sure I have a long road ahead of me. I've got a lot of stuff to learn. I'll probably have some bad months, bad weeks, but you know, right now I'm very excited, right? I'm very excited. I wake up, you know, every single morning now just excited, right? Because I can pull money out every single day of the week. It's awesome. You know, it's like the best job ever. And you know, I feel like I deserve it. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like I deserve it, but you deserve it too. Like, if you put in the work and you figure out how to do this, you figure out, you know, how the markets work, the mechanisms to, you know, to withdraw from the market. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling knowing that you're withdrawing and not depositing. But I don't want to keep you guys too long. Just wanted to give you the update on you know, what's been going on in my life, what's been going on in my trading. I will probably try to do more in-depth videos. We'll look at charts. Right now, my OBS software, I don't know what's going on, but I downloaded OBS, and I also, well, I've had OBS, but I downloaded Big Sur, which is like the new Mac software. And for whatever reason, it wasn't compatible with OBS. So now I can't use the display capture, and it was a hell of a time getting the camera and the audio to work. But now the display capture doesn't work, so I need to figure out a way. I don't know if I should use Zoom. If you guys know a software where I can, you know, share my display screen and you know, basically do a screen share, that would be great. Leave a comment down below if you know anything that I should try, because I want to start looking at charts you know, and doing that kind of stuff, showing you guys how I chart supply and demand, you know, because I want to be helpful. I really do. I just want to sort of, so much has been given to me this past year. I want to try to pay it forward and give something back. So I'd like to take more of a instructional, educational role with this channel. But yeah, let me know what you guys are watching, what's on your watch list. Where are you putting your money? I would love to hear back from you guys. I really would. Always looking for more inspiration. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. As always, until next time, God bless.